Welcome to my channel, and I'm Summary. Previously on Horimiya, we saw Izumi confess his love to Kyoko while she was sleeping, but she doesn't really sleep, and she heard his declaration of love after that. She immediately woke up, looking at the door where he had left the room. At his house, Izumi is sleeping when his friend from middle school, Koichi Shindu, suddenly arrives. Koichi is the only friend he had in middle school. So their friendship is very close. The flashback scene shows Izumi's time in middle school. At the time, Izumi had no friends. In fact, he was ostracized by other students at school. He then felt inferior as if he didn't have anything of value. One night while looking at his reflection in the mirror at the study table, he decided to do something he really enjoyed. Change his appearance. He believed that his life would change if he did what he liked. Returning to Izumi's room, Koichi was happy to see that Izumi had changed. He is getting happier knowing Izumi is not what he used to be, and he already has a close relationship with a beautiful girl, Kyoko. Kyoko sneaks slowly into the classroom at school, and she is apparently embarrassed after hearing Izumi's feelings for her the previous day. Kyoko tries to avoid Izumi but meets him on the school grounds. He suddenly surprised Kyoko, who was peeking to find out where he was. He actually knew that night she was not sleeping. But despite knowing that, he didn't say anything to her. On the other hand, she quickly left school. After school, as usual, Izumi came to Kyoko's house. They sat conversing together in chairs, and a new surprise appeared. Kyoko's father, Kyosuke Hori, suddenly arrives. He spoke bluntly and started asking questions about the relationship between Kyoko and Izumi. Kyoko initially refused to talk about it, even Izumi looked embarrassed. But their attitude actually confirms the feelings they have for each other. Kyoko tells her father that Izumi is her boyfriend. When she drives Izumi home from her house that night, they are finally dating. On the other side of the school, Toru looks sad because his feelings for Kyoko are unrequited. He then came to the student committee room and met one of the members, Sakura Kono. Sakura, quiet and shy, apparently managed to cheer up Toru until he became cheerful again. The scene shifted to Izumi, who was conversing with Kyosuke. Kyosuke asked what he liked about Kyoko. Izumi was shy at first, but finally answered firmly that he liked Kyoko's side for who she was and how she didn't judge someone by their appearance. The next day at school, news of Kyoko and Izumi's relationship spread. Almost all the students talk about Kyoko dating Izumi. The news apparently did not make all the students at the school happy. They actually think Izumi and Kyoko are not compatible. Kyoko didn't care about the opinion of her friends, but Izumi actually felt angry, and finally, he decided to do an extreme thing. The next day at school, Kyoko is shocked to see Izumi's new appearance. He cut his long hair short and took off his usual glasses. Izumi's appearance became that of a cool student. The new appearance makes the students' opinions at school change regarding Izumi and Kyoko's relationship. Izumi was not avoided by his classmates anymore. Even the girls at the school started to approach him. They went to Izumi's desk to take a photo of him. Meanwhile, Kyoko and Izumi's relationship is getting closer. They are free together at school because they no longer hide their relationship. After school, after Koichi gave candy to Izumi and Kyoko, Izumi kissed Kyoko for the first time. The scene shifts to Toru and Yuki. Yuki apparently knows Toru is close to Sakura, and she feels annoyed. After Toru lent her a uniform to cover the stains on Sakura's uniform, Sakura gave him a cake to express gratitude. In class, Toru brings the cake and tells Yuki he got it from Sakura. Yuki is getting sadder and feels she is not worth being with him. On the other side of the class, Izumi and Kyoko were sitting together. Their relationship is very close, like inseparable. However, another side of Kyoko is revealed when they are watching a movie together. Previously, Kyoko's friends warned her to behave gently like a girl when she was with Izumi. While watching a movie, another side of Kyoko is revealed, and she behaves like a boy. Izumi was shocked and frightened, which made her feel embarrassed. He then tells her that he loves her the way she is. Kyoko and Izumi are with Kakeru in the student committee room at school. They talk about the sports festival that will be held at the school. On the other hand, Kyoko and Izumi are getting more intimate. Even Izumi often makes out with Kyoko in the presence of other friends. Apparently, this was done by Izumi, not without reason. He wants to show a classmate, Mizauchi, who likes Kyoko. Even though Kyoko rejects Mizauchi's declaration of love, Izumi still wants to prove to him that he is worthy of being with Kyoko. In the dream, Izumi sees himself in the past. Unlike in the past, he has a friend and the most precious person in his life this time. He was no longer alone, and he believed that no one was destined to be alone. The scene moves back to school the next day. This time Yuki tells Toru and his friends that someone just said feelings to her. The person apparently asked Yuki to be his girlfriend. She didn't know how to refuse that person's declaration of love so that he wouldn't bother her again. Izumi then suggested that Yuki pretend to have a boyfriend. Toru hears about the proposal and offers to pretend to be Yuki's boyfriend. Yuki feels awkward because she secretly likes Toru. She agreed, and they met a male student who confessed his feelings for Yuki. Yuki comes with Toru and introduces him as a boyfriend. She returns awkwardly when Toru starts to act sweet and says that she is indeed his girlfriend. Unbeknownst to them, Sakura saw Toru and Yuki from the window in the classroom hall. She saw them holding hands because they were still pretending to be dating. She then looked for Yuki and they met on the stairs. Sakura asks about Toru and Yuki's relationship, and Yuki lies, saying that she and Toru are dating. The lie apparently made Yuki feel guilty, and then she meets Rimi at a cafe and asks for advice. Unfortunately, Rimi's advice didn't make her feel any better. The scene changes again, showing Kyoko and Izumi coming home from school together. Unexpectedly, a group of male students blocked their way. They are Izumi's old friends, one of whom is named Tanahara. Tanahara is a friend who used to ostracize Izumi in middle school. No wonder Izumi hates him right now. The flashback scene shows Izumi was ostracized by his friends for forgetting to feed the school's pet rabbit. In fact, the one who forgot to feed was Tanahara. When he meets Izumi again, he feels guilty for what happened in the past. But he didn't dare say that. In class, Toru finds out what happened between Yuki and Sakura. Toru invites Yuki to talk alone on the roof. He reveals that he actually doesn't like Sakura, instead, he likes Yuki. Yuki thought Toru's words were just a joke. Finally, Toru convinced her that he seriously liked her. They started a relationship as a couple. In the afternoon, Izumi was about to start odd jobs when Tanahara suddenly appeared. He apologizes to Izumi for what happened in the past. Unexpectedly, Izumi was not angry and said that humans are like that. Both of them felt relieved because they could continue to live without the burdens of the past. While sleeping at night, Kyoko dreams of breaking up with Izumi. This made her try not to get into trouble with her boyfriend. She was worried. At school, Kyoko's worries increase when Izumi keeps avoiding her. She kept trying to get closer, but he gave reasons to keep going away. Kyoko is feeling very sad. But apparently, Izumi's actions had a reason. He is preparing a surprise and doesn't want her to know. At home, Izumi cooks and bakes cakes for Kyoko to celebrate Christmas. Kyoko was relieved that her dream didn't come true. Izumi celebrates Christmas at Kyoko's house with her parents and brother. They are very happy. But the problem doesn't just go away. Kyoko and Izumi were walking around looking at the lights on Christmas Day when they realized they would separate after graduating from school. She refused and asked to continue with him. Then Izumi asked Kyoko to marry him. Later, after graduation, Izumi will work at his mother's cake shop to have his own income. Horimiya ended by showing Izumi alone on the school roof. He brought a flower for Kyoko and a graduation letter. The image of his past self comes, and Izumi is finally determined to completely leave his past behind. The moral that can be learned from this is not to judge someone by their appearance. And love knows no form or shape.